Happy Wednesday, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us here. It's Wednesday night, so thank you for joining us. Like and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. This is Charles, the owner, CEO, right down there, of Ravery Sports Podcast, Ravery Sports Blog, Ravery Sports website and media, owner of Genesis Notary Services, and also contractor, yes, you could call it independent consultant for Harris Legal Shield. So thank you. A lot of that stuff. Didn't mention the 9 to 5 though. Got that one too. So thank you very much, all of you out there for getting all squared away. Over 105 now on YouTube. We appreciate that as well. Almost getting close to the 1,000 mark on X. So we appreciate that. Don't think we're live on X right now. I think there's some issues. The StreamYard was saying there was some issues with live on it, so we will definitely put that up. So we're also live, but we're live right now on Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, not Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, of course. So thank you, all of you. We mentioned it as well. MLB preseason predictions video, March 22nd. Will be there. So that'll be the Sunday before the Major League season starts. So definitely check that out as well. Genesis Notary Services /Facebook.com. Definitely, too, if you want to book time, put in Genesis Notary Services or Genesis Notary Services in Winchester, Virginia. So absolutely check that out here as well. Also to Ravery Sports Blog. It's available at 6 a.m. every morning as well. Keep that in mind. Today we talked about Tyler Linderbaum, why that isn't done. I don't know what they're thinking. Linderbaum is playing hardball with him, and he should. He's got some leverage, and that's what he's doing. So, but it's not done yet as well. So we will see how that goes as well. Next week, also to Ravens mock draft, our first one tonight. And tonight, we're going to do our first mock draft. All right. Oh, one last thing. RaverySports.company.site. So definitely check that out. RaverySports.company.site. So definitely check out the flagship as well for that. So it is time that we've all been waiting for, our first mock draft for 2026 as well. So we're going to do 4 of these. First one is tonight. The last one is going to be right before the draft week. So we're going to have a 4th mock draft. We are going to have 2 more. We're going to first week. We're going to do our first Ravens mock draft. We just mentioned that. Definitely check that out. A lot of good stuff tonight. We're going to talk a little Maryland basketball, who's going to be playing quarterback at certain spots next year, NBA a little bit, and we're going to go to baseball. First week of spring training. So our first spring report is tonight. All right. So, mocked in the NFL. So what's going to happen in the mock draft? So some of it is predictive, as we know. So it's also a lot of it is not 100% what teams I think they will do, not necessarily what I would necessarily do. The mock draft you're going to see in the channels are somewhat predictive. There is some lean to what I would do in a situation. There's some lean towards that, but it's also following what these general managers would do, following what these things you do, stuff you're hearing, things like that. Go over the players as well. So definitely too. A lot of you I know aren't familiar yet quite with the draft like this. A lot of you aren't football nerds as much as I am. We're watching draft film on YouTube and everything like that. But we're gonna go over it tonight as well. What's the first round gonna look like here as well? First pick, obviously. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana Heisman Trophy winner as well, fresh national championship. Easily, I think this is lock city. Clint Kubiak said, well, there's a lot more draft film to be studied. Okay. That's why you took the job in the first place instead of Arizona, because you got Clint, because you got Mendoza, you got the quarterback. You got the quarterback for sure. You know exactly where you're going. You got the guy under center, the Heisman Trophy winner. I don't think it's a complete lock that he's a stud in the NFL. I don't know about that. I'm a little bit there. Solid starter for sure. I'd be surprised if he wasn't that. But I don't know if he becomes a solid star all-pro. I'm not quite locked in there as well. But we'll see. So what happens to the Jets? So Jets, no quarterback really other at this high, even though they need a quarterback. David Bailey, I think from Texas Tech. So I think this is a guy that I think the Jets will know how to use. I see a lot of Avell Reese right here. Avell Reese kind of like Micah Parsons, inside guy. You could put him on the outside, etc. I don't think teams will know what to do with him. I think he's going to fall a little bit as talented as I think he is as well. But I do think this is a guy, David Bailey, you could plug and play him on more teams and plug and play. Almost as productive, I think. Definitely to more of a true outside linebacker as well. Great quicks. So David Bailey as well. Francis Malioga from Miami. The reason why the Hurricanes were in the national championship was because of their great offensive line play. They were really good up front. I think they got maybe more than one guy who's going to be playing on Sunday. Malioga, I think it's pretty easy to me that he's the number one tackle in the draft. He's a right tackle, played a lot of right tackle, so I think some teams don't like that as much. They're always looking for the left tackle, but I'm totally convinced this guy can play left tackle. The body type isn't great, but he's an offensive lineman. Some people are not going to like that. He's body beautiful. Right tackle. This guy's a mauler. Love his feet, love his hands, loves the strength. So I think definitely, too, he's worthy of a top 3 pick. Cardinals, I think, take best player on the board. Ruben Bain, edge for Robert Saleh and the Tennessee Titans. I think they might rather have Bailey as well. Bain, I think, is too good to pass up. I do think he might on this team play in the 3-4-ish type with Robert Saleh there. So that could be interesting as well, because I don't know if you can transition an outside linebacker. This guy's going to rush the passer no matter where you put him as well. But he's more of the traditional hand on the grass type 3-4 end than the latter. Then like Bailey, who's more of an all-around guy. The production is off the charts. Bain, I love him. I think he is an outstanding pass rusher. I don't think it matters if you play him inside 3-4. He's still going to get 10 11 sacks as well. Mekhi Lemon, USC. A lot of Caleb Downs here I see in this spot. I do think this is the best wide receiver in the draft, Mekhi Lemon, and I do think the Giants would take a wide receiver here as well. This is where Harbaugh, like if you look at throughout the years with the Ravens, where he got his receivers. They didn't always work out, but he got them in the draft. Not so much of free agency and all that, but definitely to Mekhi Lemon. I think he's going to move up boards. Kind of slept on a little bit, but I definitely think they go receiver here, and I think I like Mekhi Lemon, number 5. I do think this is what Harbaugh would do. And Harbaugh, make no mistake, to Joe Sheehan, no disrespect, he is in charge. So there's no question about that. Spencer Fano is number 6 for the Browns. I don't think he's a little bit behind. I know it seems to be that a lot of NFL draft people and stuff like Fano a bit more than I don't really see that. I think this guy to me is the pure right tackle. So I don't like him as much as at left tackle, but definitely he's going to be a solid right tackle, I think, for years when you play him. I think definitely I like his feet. I like him in the pass game a lot, considering his size. I think he's going to be – I like to see a little bit more out of him in the run game, but I think he's fine in the run game overall as well. So Fano as well. Browns take him. Browns absolutely have needs on the offensive line. Absolutely need him as well. Avell Reese, the Commanders, number 6. I don't think he gets past. Have him listed here as inside linebacker. You could play him at outside. A lot of people comparing him to Micah Parsons. I do think with a Dan Quinn would know what to do with the Avell Reese. I think a defensive coach would understand. This guy is all over the field. Definitely he's a guy I think that a lot of people think this is the best player in the draft. They might be right. I do think he has to be used correctly. So that's the only reason I even have him this low. Definitely a guy like Dan Quinn will absolutely know how to use him. You're losing guys inside line. You have a big need there. Too good to pass up. Too good to pass up as well. Jeremiah Love for the Saints. Definitely the best running back in this draft. Definitely guy with power. Nice to see a number one back too with the power, right? So you see a lot of these guys just with power. This guy has power, has speed up front. Uh, Definitely a guy who can. I don't think he'd even need a great line to run behind. I think he's going to be productive no matter what. I do think the Saints do look running back too. I do. I think like definitely Kamara really on his last leg as well. They might take a receiver here, but I definitely think Jeremiah Love is a guy that they would look at. Caleb Banks for the Chefs. I think they definitely would love to take Love here as well. I think there's some holes on this Chefs team. So I don't know exactly the direction they're going as good as they've been. There's several places here where they have needs. Wide receiver, I could see it. Running back, I could see it. Offensive line, I could see it. D line, they're going to be. We don't know about anything about free agency yet, but they're going to lose. Cal Banks, I think, is definitely the best defensive tackle in the draft. I definitely think Chris Jones is getting older. Definitely, it's a consideration to have a Caleb Banks there as well at 5. I'm sorry, at 9. I think best player I think they can do on the board. They could take one of the offensive guys, but I like Banks here as a good fit for him. Marshawn Delane for the Bengals as well. The secondary has just been so bad for so long. I think the corners here are really grouped together really tight. So I think there's an argument to be made with the top 3 why they're the best cornerbacks on the board. Delane, I think, is probably the best all-around corner. So I'm not calling him Christian Gonzalez yet, but I think when I'm looking at these guys, he's the best. He's the most well-rounded of the group. So definitely as well there. I think the Bengals definitely absolutely have the secondary. And there's another team with a couple needs. I think on obviously quarterback, wide receiver, they don't do that. But the running back is a thing. Tight end could be a thing. Defensive line, couple needs here. But their secondary has been bad for a while. Wouldn't hurt them to get that. Carnell Tate for the Dolphins, number 11. Some people think Tate's the best receiver in the draft. I don't have him that high. I think he's good, obviously. You got him here at 11. So I think he's a solid all-around receiver. I definitely think you like him in the short area, the 50-50 area as well. If the best comparison, like if Keyshawn Johnson is your favorite wide receiver, this is a guy that you like as well. Not quite Keyshawn as far as height as well. Also, too, he was playing with Jeremiah Smith on the other side. So that's it. But I think the Dolphins, they're cleaning house. So they could use anything. I think Tate, is probably the best guy on the board. Caleb Downs, I think the reason why he's not higher is because he is a safety. I don't think a safety goes in the top 10. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys will pass. You got Schottenheimer there as their head coach. Definitely a defensive-minded lineage. All those great Chiefs differences that Marty Schottenheimer had as well. They definitely could use it. I think this is a guy, again, too good to pass up. I mean, a team with several needs as well. Most of them, I think, are on defense, but too good to pass up. Terrell, I think, is going to be higher in this one than maybe you'll see. I really like Terrell at corner. I do think some of the USC guys are kind of slept on, and some of the Clemson guys are kind of slept on because the expectations of the team weren't as good. So I do think it's a little sleepy on those guys. But Terrell, I think, is fantastic. I think, definitely too. I love his aggression on that. I love corners with that aggression as well. You talk about Avian Terrell, D'Angelo Pons. I don't think he's a first rounder yet, but definitely he's got that as well. Attacks the football. He's the guy I like the most as far as I talked about the 3 here. He's the guy I like the most. They get the turnovers. They get the takeaways. This is the guy I like the most here as well. Ravens. Let's just call him Fagayon. This is 9-1-1 stuff for the Ravens. You have to take an offensive line. You have to take a deep edge rush early. Definitely, we're getting the news from Linderbaum that he may be out. You can't run it back. you just can't do it. Can't do it. So you get a young as well. You get McCoy. I think that's big time stuff there. You get those two guys. You get a own there. You're definitely gonna fix it. This guy is easy. Best guard in the draft. I love his feet. I've seen some people say they don't like his feet. I love his feet. I love his athleticism. Seeing him out there catching passes, playing a full. This guy's outstanding. Big drop off after him at guard. Jerry McCoy, some injury issues. I think that's it. But I love the physicality. So again, the all-around guy, now the physical guy fits right into the Bucs system. Bucs, I think, could be using some corners as well in free agency as well. So definitely looking for that as well. Jerry McCoy, Tennessee Volunteers. Ty Simpson for the Jets at 16. 2, I think, is too high. 16, I like it for the Jets because they're going to have 2 first-round picks. So I think that you can kind of spend it here, and I don't think you can wait too much longer. You look at teams, you start going a little bit lower. Rams, Steelers, a couple teams like getting a late first round, but I think would take a Ty Simpson as well. I do think they will and should bring a vet in as well, but I definitely think Simpson could be the choice here. He could be your quarterback here for the next 1 year. Best case for him is for him to sit, if at all possible, as well. Sit as well possible. Simpson, I think, started his way. Not a phenomenal athlete. I'd really love to see him at the combine. I can't wait to see him at the combine and at the camps and et cetera, to see how well he does there. Caden Proctor, definitely the Lions absolutely have an offensive line need, offensive tackle need. Proctor, because he's just massive, so some people are going to say kick him in the guard, which I think he could do. I think this guy could definitely play right tackle in the NFL. There's no question about it. You could put him, I think you could put him at several positions. You could put him at right guard. You could put him at left guard. I think his size is phenomenal. I'm not worried at all about Caden Proctor at the next level. I think the Lions, this is definitely a need for them, and you're getting the best guy. Jordan Tyson for the Vikings as well. Vikings, they definitely need a quarterback. So this is kind of one of the teams here. If you want a quarterback, you're going to have to get ahead of the Vikings. I think the Vikings don't get a quarterback here, but I think you get Jordan Tyson, which I think is the best technician in the draft as far as a wide receiver. Most polished route runner, I think, as well. Really does a lot of moves, a lot of hand placement, really does a lot, really good in the short area. Speed isn't phenomenal, and he's had some injury issues. So I've seen some places have him number 1. I think he's going to fall a little bit whenever you have those injury issues, so I don't think it's going to be that high. But I do think the Vikings do get an excellent receiver here. Vikings absolutely need a receiver. Cassius Howell, edge for Texas A&M. This guy's fantastic. I think definitely the consummate 3-4 outside linebacker, edge rusher, I think. Definitely I want to say Steelers for sure in that defense, that consummate 3-4 that they have if he was to fall more. But I think the Panthers actually get it. Panthers absolutely need pass rush. Anybody can use this guy. I think in a lot of situations, he's going to be a day 1 starter. Sonny Styles from Ohio State, the Ohio State. Best inside linebacker in the draft. So, look, 3 in the top 20. Like, that tells you how good that Buckeyes defense was. 3 in the top 20. Sonny Styles, I think, under almost any other circumstances without a K-Val Downs or a Reese, would be the number 1 guy. But this is more the middle linebacker pure. This is the guy that's going to lead as far as middle linebacker pure on there as well. So Styles, I think, tremendous speed, great football instincts. It's so important when you're playing that position that you have football instincts. That's very, very important that you have that as well. Couple more. Peter Woods for the Clemson Tigers. The production wasn't maybe what people thought, but I'm really seeing a really good inside guy. Really got a lot of talent, great speed, looked good at the Senior Bowl. I mean, I'm seeing an outstanding starter right away for somebody as well. I don't know what happened with the record in Clemson. I mean, I think the Steelers would love to have it. I think I think quarterback of the future, a couple other things, yeah. But this having this guy here is just too good to pass up. Definitely got Hayward getting older, etc. This guy is not going to sit the bench. He's going to go in right away. Chargers love those offensive linemen. They had those injuries last year. Monroe Freeland from Georgia. I think this guy is fantastic. I don't know if he starts on the Chargers right away if both guys are healthy. Joe Alt and there, so I definitely think. But I don't think Jim Harbaugh ever feels like he has enough linemen. I think you could play him at guard. You can play this guy at center. I think you can put him anywhere on the line. I love his feet and hands, and I don't really say that a lot about college players. But I love his balance. He got good drive, good balance, good strength. Some people I already know they can play. He's not strong enough or ugly enough as well, but I think it's all there for him as well. Freeling, I think is an outstanding choice here. Keegan Senna, he's going to be the tight end in the first round. I don't think you're going to get anything else here. Definitely to Dallas Goedert, the issue there as well. I think this is easy for the Eagles to take the number one tight end in the draft. Definitely to get Jalen Hurts another weapon as well. They may have line issues depending on what Lane Johnson does and Nickerson. So we'll see about that. Maybe that becomes a bigger need. But as of right now, I definitely like that. Lamu from the Browns, Caleb Lamu, definitely two as well. This is a solid guy. I think two, again, going to the Browns, definitely need that offensive. I mean, the Browns might be losing 4 or 5 guys on the offensive line. So they definitely need help somewhere. So as well, they have free agents, they have draft issues, etc. So definitely taking an alignment isn't gonna hurt them. Kennedy McDonald, the Bears definitely need defense. You definitely got the best guy on the board. Another Ohio State as well. This guy's more of a 3 technique as well. So I think he'd fit better like in a 4-3 as well. Having, I guess, not a pure nose, I don't think, but definitely more of a 3 technique as well. Definitely a lot of talent. Cade McDonald there at 25. 26, Denzel Boston as well. Boston, I think, has tremendous upside. So we could be looking at this draft several years ago and then looking at a guy like Denzel Boston. Oh, man, somebody should have. Because I think all the natural tools are there as well. Definite size, definite hand, definitely like this. He looks a little green to me. That's why I think he's a little bit lower as well. Played in a really good offense at Washington. I think that's another thing maybe as well. Let's see how he does in the camps and the combine as well. Could go higher. Kendrick Falk, I think I see him higher on boards. I don't. I think he's a good athlete. I don't see the college production for me as well to have on that high. I think to be on the 49ers makes a lot of sense. He could be around other players that are really good, coaching that's really good, etc. So they can take a guy like this with this great athleticism and get him there as well. So I think it's a good pick. Texas need any kind of offensive line help. Emmanuel Pergon for Oregon. Oregon's lines are huge. Offensive lineman. That's offensive lineman. The size and everything is incredible on those teams. So definitely got that. Jennings Dunker. Some differing opinions of he's a first. I think he could go late first. I think the Rams are a good choice here. I personally would kick him inside. You can play him at tackle. I think he needs a little more seasoning. Definitely, you can't go along with Kurt Ferenz, offensive lineman. Casey Concepcion, wide receiver for Texas A&M as well. Late first round pick. Definitely, they need it as well. See if they have Knicks at the start. I don't know. I don't love their receiving core. I think that's the weakest part of the Denver team. I definitely think they need help as far as wide receivers. Isaiah World. World is right. This guy's a $4 cab. Well, nowadays Uber, right? Around him, just huge, just massive. He's a 360 if he's a quarter. Could be 370. So I mean, that's the only concern how big he's going to get. But definitely the Patriots. The weak spot they had, the reason why the Patriots didn't hold the Lombardi Trophy is the offensive line really got pushed around by the Seahawks, who take Jake Slaughter, best center in the draft. So definitely they can go ahead and fix that. I think the Seahawks had a better line in New England, but still they need a lot of work. They're good on the left side last year, hitting a home run with Zabel. There you go. All right. First mock draft out the way as well. So we're going to do these every so often. We're going to mock draft next week, our Ravens mock draft as well. It'll be on Twitter. So definitely y'all can go ahead and tell me how stupid I am in the comments. It's like y'all, like you always do. And definitely check that out as well. All right. So we do this here right before free agency and tell you quarterback predictions. So this is a loose. We're going to do quarterback predictions and tiers for the NFL. Who's going to be playing where as of right now? We don't know it for sure. But if you look at the quarterbacks and the prediction, who's going to be playing where as far as quarterbacks right now if you look at the quarterbacks in the NFL? All right, so let's take a look here as well. So let's take a look. Oh, wait, hold on. That's not right. Management appreciates your cooperation. Ty Simpson was on that one. That's not right.
And he has a tendency to do things that he has to apologize for later.
Very spoke. All right, now we got the right graph up. Yeah, hopefully this is all right. Good. All right, so here we go. So now we got the right graph up here. Who are the quarterbacks going to be as far as 2026 for these divisions? So obviously Patriots, Drake May, Josh Allen for the Bills. We know long-term extensions, future of the franchise. Malik Willis in Miami. I think Willis, definitely goes to Miami. They're looking for a starter quarterback. I think they like to keep him, but I think Miami makes the most sense. You got a lot of those Green Bay. You got Jeff Hafley there as well. Got other people there from Green Bay. They don't have a lot of cap space. So also too, I don't think he's going to get top of the market quarterback money because you are taking a chance. This guy has been a career backup, even though he's got starter potential. So I do think they take a shot on Malik Willis there as well. Kyler Murray to the Jets. Definitely he's going to be shown the door, I think, in Arizona. I don't think there's any question about it, even with the new coach there as well. I do think the Jets are going to take a veteran. I do think they're going to look at Ty Simpson early, but I do think a vet, Kyler Murray, I think is going to be the choice for them. They do have an extra first round as well, so that maybe you can spin that as well. I don't think they necessarily need to have too expensive. This guy was benched, but I think this is a better option than Justin Fields. I think Murray can play as well. Can they use him properly? Is he going to have the right attitude, etc.? But I definitely think this is a better option as far as that. Tough division as well. AFC North, I think you're going to see a lot of the same. Joe Burrow for the Bengals, Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. I think Aaron comes back. I think bringing McCarthy in was kind of a thing with Aaron. I think he possibly would have retired, but bringing McCarthy in, it's going to be too easy for him. He's got a guy he's familiar with. He's going to have a system he's familiar with. I think it makes sense that they definitely could still use a quarterback. Shador, I think, gets the start for Todd Monken's Browns. I don't think we know yet, though. I think Shador has a lot of potential, but we'll see yet as well. I do think it'll be Shador. I don't think it'll be Deshaun Watson. I don't think it'll be Dylan Gabriel as well. South. Pretty much for the most part, we know Trevor Lawrence, Cam Ward, number 1 draft pick last year, CJ Stroud. Stroud's going to have some heat on him. I think that if it is anything, I think they start him. He's on the hot seat a bit. If he starts badly again this year, I do think Daniel Jones goes back to the Colts. I think that's what they're going to do. They might go the route of Derek Carr or Murray. I think that's possible. I do think they stick with Daniel Jones. Give him another 1-year deal, bring him back if he is going to be healthy, unless he's not going to be healthy. But I do think they bring him back. He played well at the start for him. I'm not saying I would do it. I just think that's what they would do as well. AFC West, we know it. Pat Mahomes just took a $40 million, released his cap by $40 million for the chefs who were over the cap to go ahead. So shout out Pat Mahomes. Justin Herbert, Bo Nix. Nix, I don't know about the injury, if they're going to have him right away week 1 for sure. And we just saw it in the mock draft. I don't think there's any surprise. Fernando Mendoza going to be the starter for the Raiders for Clint Kubiak absolutely next year. NFC East, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jackson Dart, Jaden Daniels. Not a lot here. Jackson Dart is going to get the start in New York with John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh has said he's looking forward to working with Jackson Dart as well. Daniels coming back from the injury. We'll see how that goes as well. Prescott, probably I also too, if anything, is I don't think that this could be it for Prescott in Dallas after this as well. See who's contract is as well. Vikings, Derek Carr. I do think Derek Carr will come back. I do think he will come back. He said he only wants to come back to a team that's going to win. You don't start saying stuff like that unless you think. I think it's the Colts or the Vikings, if it is. The Vikings definitely have an opening. They cannot go back with J.J. McCarthy this year. So definitely I think they do something. And I don't think maybe with the rights with the Saints, they may have to work something out. I'm not always sure. But I don't think that'll be too hard. The Saints have definitely moved on. I think Carr will be for the Vikings next year. Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, no doubt about it. Goff slipped, I thought, a little bit this year. Caleb, much better, I thought, as well. South, more of the same. Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, Tyler Shout, Michael Penix, Baker Mayfield as well. I think all 4. Penix, I think, is the most interesting as well. I think you got a new coach now, so that's going to be a thing. So the coach is gone that drafted you. You struggled a bit at the end. They got rid of Caleb. They got rid of Kirk Cousins. I think they're kind of stuck finding out at least. Shout, I'm not as sold as some people are, even though he was good at the end of last year. So we'll see. But definitely he's earned the start. Bryce Young, I think that kind of is what it is. I think they did pick up the extension. I think he's decent, not great. Baker Mayfield, I think, was kind of injured last year. Not as good. Lastly, the West, Brock Purdy. As long as he's healthy, I think we'll definitely start. Sam Darnold obviously just won the Super Bowl. Matt Stafford, if he doesn't retire, which I don't think he will, I think you'll see Stafford at least next year. And I think it's Jacoby Brissett. I think that's what they did. They started him at the end of last year. I don't think Carr wants to sign there because they're not going to win. I don't think Daniel Jones. I think they're gonna. I think it's Brissett. I think that's the route they're gonna go. They could bring somebody else in. I would assume could be a competition, but I think Brissett as the guy for them next year. There you go. That's next week. The tiers. So we'll keep that in mind. So those are the predictions we have for the quarterbacks in 2025. Who's going to be starting at quarterback for those NFL teams? Terps are going on right now as well in Northwestern. So going against Chris Collins's Northwestern team. So it's 27-19 right now. Terps this week, they had a 2-game winning streak here as well. So they did go ahead and beat Iowa at home. So I thought that was their best win last Wednesday when that happened. So I thought that was the best win all season. They lost to Rutgers on Sunday as well. They don't have enough offense. I will say this. Defensively, and just as a whole as a team, they're playing hard. I love that. So Buzz Williams' guys are not giving up on him. They believe in his system. They believe in the things he's doing. Solomon Washington plays hard every second. Andre Mills plays hard every second. Darius Adams, I think, has a lot of talent. I think him and Mills going into next season with that recruiting class is very exciting if they can keep those guys around. So I think that's interesting. Elijah Sanders, another one. I don't think he's a great offensive player. I think he's spotty on offense, but he plays hard. His guys. Colin Metcalf, he gives them some size as well. Dickie Colt, I think Diggy Cole has to score a lot right now. But they're down right now as of our live feed right now, 29-17. Maryland losing to Northwestern as well. Next game for the Terps. So the next game for the Terps, Saturday, I'm going to be watching the game against Washington Huskies as well. So a good chance for a home win. Much tougher going against number 9 Nebraska. After that, that'll be next Wednesday. Practice. I might start the podcast a little after Maryland. I might do that because it's starting at 7, so we'll see as well. Because I know some people tonight are watching the Maryland game as well. So keep that in mind. But Terps, I do like the effort. I do like the effort. I don't think it's all the way there, but I think the effort is surely there as well. NBA. So apparently everything's wrong with the NBA. Well, everything is wrong with the NBA and tanking. Real quick, we're going to talk Midseason Awards. Tanking real quick. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop complaining about the tanking. Stop complaining. I don't agree with Utah, especially sitting out guys a whole half. That's a little bit much. But tanking, I've said this, doesn't help teams. We just did the mock draft. Some of those same teams have been there. Bravery Sports, we've been doing videos now since September 2022. August 2022, right before the football season. Some of the fourth mock draft. Some of these guys, some of those teams have been in the same top 10. Like, tanking doesn't help. And the NBA, same. Wizards, Hawks, just stop with the tank. No one cares. Load management is a thing because people are paying money to see players. So that's the thing. But the tanking, just stop. It doesn't help teams. It's just some of the teams, some teams get good, some teams get bad. All right. So off of that. Who's been playing? Let's talk about it last week. 5 best teams last week as well. This week, let's talk about rookies of the year as well. Maybe I'm a little biased, obviously. It's wild how people are surprised how well Derek Queen's doing. None of us that watched every Terp game last year or watched the Terps last year are at all surprised as well. Just got to get healthy every night. Just got to get more touches, more consistent. This guy is for sure 20-10 at some point in his career. You know, right now he's still young, so not quite there yet, but he's definitely going to be 20-10 at some point in his career. No question about it. As far as third rookie in the year, 2 Dukies, Con Koppel as well. His production has surprised me a bit. How well he's done in the league here so far as well. But he has about 18 points a game. 18 points a game, 48 points, 48 points, 48% from the field, 43% from 3. So we know he can shoot, but he's definitely doing it at this level. Definitely on a Hornets team that has played better lately, getting the touches. But there's no question. Cooper Flagg, I think, is a class by himself as well. Flagg, I think, there's no question. Definitely, I mean, if you don't see Larry Bird, whenever you see Cooper Flagg, maybe you never watched Bird like play. But definitely the whole package, the offense is there. Definitely the ball handling. You can put him in all 5 positions on the court as well. 20 points a game. Just got to get him on a better team. I don't like the fan. I don't know what's going to happen with the Mavericks here. That's a whole nother conversation here as well. Number 3, JB Bickerstaff and the Pistons Coach of the Year as well. The last one was Rookie of the Year. I don't know if I said it. Coach of the Year. If you're on the screen, if you're listening on Spotify and don't see the screen. So, JB Bickerstaff of the Pistons. Long history with Bickerstaff of the Wizards and as a coach in the league. His dad was a coach. JB finally gets a team here as well. Have him third. The Pistons were supposed to be good. So that's kind of his. But he has got a team best record, I think, at least. I think he's the right now best team, I think, in the Eastern Conference as well. Joe Mazzulla from the Celtics. Give him some credit. Celtics are still in the playoff hunt. I think that's about what they are without Jason Tatum. But I think that's something. So you got to give Joe Mazzulla credit. Joe Mazzulla's a good coach. Everything I've heard from him has been great. But Mitch Johnson turning this Spurs franchise around. Now, don't get me wrong. You got Wembanyama. That certainly helps. But replacing a legend is hard to do. And that's what he's done. The Spurs, I think they're probably the one team that's going to give the Thunder some problems in the West. Speaking of the Thunder, Cason Wallace, defensive player. Cason Wallace, I see him play defense. And you know what? I'm seeing Michael Cooper when I see him. Old Laker, right? More modern Scottie Pippen. But his on-ball stuff is fantastic when I see him. You see him a lot. Like, you see guys, he gets in the lane and get those steals, whatever. But I see him, like, get a lot of swipes of the ball. Just take it out of people's hands. You know what I'm saying? That's like that. So he's one of the leaders in that. I love his defense. One of the league leaders in steals, Cason Wallace. Chet Holmgren just changes everything on offense, on defense as well. It's just hard. You better account for where he is. Teams and the whole league is having a hard time crashing the hoop with the Thunder with Chet Holmgren with his over 7-foot frame in there. And you can also double that with Wembanyama. Wembanyama is just a beast of his own kind. I mean, he just his height, you never get by it. Just never get by it. The only thing I concerns me with him is his body type. This is I've never seen like a 7-footer under 200 pounds like this, like as well. But I think Wembanyama is turning into a top 10 player in the league. Some people would have him higher than that. So I think that's fantastic. Keldon Johnson with the Spurs. So the Spurs, I think the reason why they're having so much success is because they have so much depth in areas. They have guys that will be scoring on the teams. So Johnson, I think it's about 12 points. He's been really good for him. Grayson Allen, we know what he does. He's a good outside shooter for the Suns, having a good season as well. Nasir Reed, I think probably he's turned into the new Jamal Crawford. He's the best sixth man for years now. No question about it. So you definitely have him, Nasir Reed, there as well. Most improved. Peyton Watson from the Nuggets. The Nuggets are kind of getting overlooked. A lot of Spurs talk. Thunder won the championship. The Rockets with Durant, etc. The Nuggets are still the Nuggets. I think they're definitely got a guy here. Murray's playing better for them. Peyton Watson, I think, is definitely playing well. I think one of the most improved. This is kind of now the big three. He's definitely the third of the three because you got Nikola Jokic as well. Jalen Johnson, I think his numbers have really stepped up with the Hawks this year as well. That's definitely a big improvement from years from previously as well. Not kind of known as an offensive player previously, but definitely his offense has gotten much better. 23 points a game, really stepped up as well. And number one, I think Danny Abadare for the Blazers. This guy's a stud. I don't think it's just going to stop with most improved. This guy's really, really, really a good player. Saw him in the All-Star game as well. So as well. MVP. Luka just doesn't play defense, and the Lakers aren't as good. This guy scores when he wants to, period. No question about it. So I think Doncic, I think if they can ever get him to play any defense, I think he's going to be a stud player there as well. Nikola Jokic, I think what is he going to average a triple-double and score 30 points? I think there's any question about what he could do. I think everything feeds off of him and the Nuggets. Is one of the reasons why I do like the Nuggets in the West as much as I like them, because obviously Nikola Jokic, but I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the best player in the NBA overall. Definitely had a great season. Thunder's hardly lost any games as well. This guy's stud, and you never hear any complaints. Never any of the superstar stuff, none of that stuff. Playing in Oklahoma City as well. The Thunder, mid-range rules. SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There you go. Midseason Awards. We'll do a few more weeks here. We'll talk a little bit more NBA as we go along. But it's time. Left field. So who are the best left fielders in 2026? As we shift to baseball here, the top 10 left fielders. So these videos have been doing well. So we'll definitely check it out here. Now we're out of the infield. We did the catcher, we did the infield, couple more spots, all the outfield, left field, right field, obviously center, uh, DH, starting relief pitching. So we march towards the season. This is our first one we're doing actually in the spring training. We're going to talk Orioles spring training here in our next segment here as well. So let's take it a look here. Purposely put him in the Oriole uniform as well. This guy's very underrated. I was very, very impressed with him last year. I can absolutely see why a team would want to pick him up as far as when he moved. Always kind of a guy who went under the radar as well. But when I saw it firsthand last year, I mean, I was very impressed. 24 home runs with Oakland one year. I think 14. The only thing with him, he's just got to stay healthy. Whenever this guy's been healthy, he's been very productive last year. Like over 20 plus home runs, 24 home runs last year, 76 RBIs. Definitely too. Looking at the Padres too, veteran laden now. You kind of think of the Padres. I always just kind of think of the Padres as those young guys up and coming. A lot of this roster's over 30. Now this is more of a group now of solid vets. This is one of them. Ramon Laureano. Good outfield too. Tatis, Jackson Merrill, and Laureano as well. Wyatt Langford of the Rangers. Some have him higher. I don't know why. Like I think for me, the production isn't quite there yet with him as far as putting him that high. Even though last year was a good season, was a good breakout season for him. So I think you're just projecting. But 22 home runs, 62 RBIs as well. Hit 241. I didn't love that as well. I think he's great defensively. I think he's definitely got an outstanding throwing arm. Definitely was a pitcher in college as well. So I think he's definitely the projection is there, but I don't have him in the top 4 yet. I think that's overcooking the grits a little bit. But I definitely think Wyatt Langford is fantastic young player with a lot of potential as well. This is why he's here. But top 2, 3 yet. But 9, 10 could prove me wrong, but definitely 2. Tremendous athleticism you're seeing from him. Great potential. Wyatt Langford, number 9. Jackson Torino. Speaking of potential, this guy, I think it's definitely a guy who I look at right now and say, hey, man, this guy could be number 1, period, as well. 270 last year, 21 home runs, 148 hits, 78 RBIs. I definitely think this guy, if he can stay healthy, can be on track to emerge as a 30-plus home run guy for them with the Brewers. Defense, I'm not in love with it as far as that goes. The WAR is as far as that goes, but that's the only criticism. I think the offensive potential is about limitless. I think with him, and still very young, only like 21, 22 years old. So definitely sky's the limit with this guy. I think 8. That's about right. Kyle Stowers is more established as well. I think this is a guy with the Orioles. I think this is a bit of a miss for the Orioles. I do. I think this guy last year, I just keep thinking about the spring training that he had a couple of years ago, and he was outstanding, and they set him down to AAA, and didn't give him a chance to play. And then he comes up, and they really didn't play him, and they didn't do that. He goes to Miami, and he's tearing the cover off the ball. 288, 25 home runs. He had 3 home runs against us. Just totally humiliate. This guy, I think, is finally getting a chance. He isn't, even though he's kind of new, he's still 28 years old. So I don't know how much better he's going to get. So, but I think what he is right now is pretty good, right? Definitely a guy you can plug in 20 home runs, 70 RBIs. I think he's fantastic. It wouldn't surprise me if he got better as well. Defensively, not great. That's the only thing here. This is also the case with left fielders anyway. Swatter in left and not right or center. But the Hernandez, I think, played right last year. Is going to play left this year for the Dodgers. This guy is a fantastic offensive player. We all know this. You definitely see it. 30 home runs, 100 RBIs. Definitely is going to hit for power as well. Average has even gotten better over the years. Kind of like I think of him and like Kyle Schwarber and guys with guys like that really their average ticked up a little bit, when they were kind of seen as guys with poor average. Definitely he's a guy where I think the production for sure is going to be there. You're not any worried about whether this guy is going to produce long balls or whatever. It's going to have some slumps. We'll say that. But a lot there in that great lineup. Number 6, Hernandez. Taylor Ward for your Baltimore. Taylor Ward, I think nobody's talking about how this guy hit 30 home runs last year. He's been a consistent 20 home run hitter for years. Taylor Ward's new to the Orioles, but he isn't new to this list. He's been pretty good for a while. I definitely think him playing in Cam Yards is going to help him. I think he's good defensively as well. Average isn't super. I will say that. So that's the one thing. But I don't expect a guy to hit 300, but he's definitely going to be a solid power hitter for you. He's going to get you some power production as well. Kind of forgotten about a little bit. We talked about Gunnar. We talked about him. But I don't think the league's going to forget. I don't think they're going to forget his hitting once he's at the plate. I have him at number 5. Number 4, Talish Soderstrom, if I'm saying that right, for the Sacramento A's as well. I think this guy's a stud. I think the A's have a lot of young good players. Soderstrom had 25 home runs, 93 RBIs, definitely with the fresh extension as well. So as they go into Las Vegas, they're going to have a good, solid young group if they can keep it together as well. Again, I think the sky's the limit. I think he's a more established hitter, kind of like Jacob Wilson. Like his average is really good right now. So I think as he goes forward as well, he's still really young, like 24 years old. I think as he goes, I think we could even see an improvement there as well. So we will see. But Tyler Soderstrom, I think he's the real deal. He's a real deal. You like him a lot. Steve Kwan, number 3. You don't have as many guys like this in the league. Great defensive guys, great speed, etc. Kwan, definitely, if somebody wants to put him at 1, I've got no problem with that. Did miss some games, so that's a concern. But I know what I'm going to get from him. I'm going to get a great batting average. I'm going to get a lot of stolen bases. I'm going to get an outstanding left field. Hit 2 more home runs than I think you even expect, like 11, 272, 170 hits. This guy's a stud. Okay, you're getting everything but power production when you talk about Steve Kwan. Number 3, James Wood for the Nats. So whatever the Nats kind of production hasn't been going, as young players haven't hit as well as they had hoped. That's for sure. This one has 256, 31 home runs, over 30 home runs, 150 RBIs. I definitely think this guy's going to hit 280. The 30 home runs is not going to win. This guy hits massive shots as far as his power production. So there's no question about it, what he can do as far as his power and everything, etc. I think Woods, is tremendous power hitter going forward as well. His average, I think, is going to tick up. I'm not worried about that. 259. I think he's better than that as well. Definitely plate presence, I think, is definitely there. But Riley Green time is here. I think he's the number 1 left fielder in all of Major League Baseball as well. They had to wait a while. A little worried about Green, but 36 home runs, 111 RBIs. He had a 471-foot homer last year. This guy's phenomenal. As well. I think also, too, you get that lineup better. He will do better as well. I think Riley Green, number 1 for the Detroit Tigers. All right. So there you go. That's the list of the top 10 left fielders as well. Next we'll do center fielders. A lot of good young talent there. So it's not just guys that's moving positions, etc. You got a few, but a lot of good young emerging talent like Soderstrom and Chirino and Langford. And so you got a lot of young emerging talent there. Like Better list, I think, than last year. Definitely guys improving overall. Our first Orioles spring report as well. So this is the first week of spring training, open with intensity as pitchers and catchers reporting, trying to get back to the playoffs. So definitely that's all you're hearing, the talk about the Orioles going back to the playoffs as well. We're going to have this week, we're going to have a bunch of stuff here going on. Pitchers and catchers. Now you got the full squad there. Everybody's there. First full week. Early chatter, trade rumors involving Kobe Mayo, speculation whether Baltimore could use that to address pitching depth. I don't know why Mayo hasn't been traded already. I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't think I really don't. I think once you sign Pete Alonso for sure, then you're doing that. I think it is possible you could play him at third, but he's not that good at third. I think like in the short term, because we don't know what's going on right now. We'll get to Westbrook. But I think to actually trade him, I don't know why you waited so long when it's so obvious you got a guy at the spot here. Speaking of that spot, since you brought it up, similar buzz for Ryan Mountcastle. League insiders debated whether the Oral veteran might be deal for rebalance the roster. I think it's probably harder to trade Mountie. Mountcastle doesn't have the value. His salary is more. Somebody might like him, I guess. But I understand that one, why you would want to wait until the season and maybe you can get some more value. I don't think he's going to play much. I really don't. I mean, certainly you're not going to play Alonso. You got other guys, Basayo, Reshman, all that. So I don't know how much time he's going to get as well. So it'll be interesting to see with that. Jordan Westberg, Baltimore was announced Jordan Westberg is dealing with injury while team before he will miss time. There's no clear timetable for his return. I kept seeing on social media this week, why is Jordan Westberg getting off compared to Tyler O'Neill as far as injuries? Well, there's two reasons for that. Assuming that's right. Two reasons are, one, Westy is born and bred Oriole, came up through the minor league system for the most part, etc. So I think that's part of it. And he's more productive on the field when he does play as well. So there's no questioning once you actually get him in the lineup, he doesn't struggle. Tyler O'Neill didn't do anything for the Orioles last year. Anything. So I don't think he starts this year over Dylan Beavers. We'll see. But I'd be surprised if that. But they haven't really talked yet about any of that. So we'll see about that there as well. Adley Reshman remains the primary starting catcher as they start spring training. Adley star Sam Basayo is also on the roster. I think it's going to be Reshman getting most of the catching. I think that's not a surprise, but I do think it's going to be a start. I think you will see Basayo, I think, in the DH role or different role. But I think Basayo is going to be doing most of the catching for that. Reshman is going to be doing most of the catching here as well. Heston Kjerstad has been a standout, hitting 2 deep home runs off of IBT. Has an uphill battle to make the opening day roster. Don't think Heston's going to be on the roster. I think, if anything, they will keep him in Norfolk. I think that's probably right. I don't think so. There's just too many guys. Unless there's a bunch of injuries of some kind, I don't think Heston's going to be here. I do think Heston can play. I do think it was his injury, his sickness, his illness that caused him the problems that he had. I do think it's that. Good evening, Mr. Harris. Michael Edwards. I've been seeing your comments there, Mr. Edwards. Orioles needed more pitching in the offseason, and yes, Mayo could have brought in the cheese in the rotation. Polar Bear was huge, but come on. You need more starting pitchers. Answer your question. You can never have enough pitching. So I'm going to agree with that. You can never have enough pitching as well. I do think that as well. I don't know what you think you're going to bring in, though, with these guys as much. You're going to get minor league guys. You're going to get guys like that. And it's clear they don't want to spend, and this is my opinion, they don't want to spend on big time pitching. 1-year deal. Bassett may help you, but that's a 1-year deal. They don't want to do that. So, coupled with the fact, I don't think that they're going to get that. So, as well, Mayo, but yeah, Mayo, you could have got something. You could have got more than that, than what you got. So, I do agree with that. You could have got more from Mayo than you did Mountcastle as well. Real quick, Ryan Hensley has been the acquired closer called Beast by Craig Allen during batting practice. Something look dominant. That's good news. That's good news that you're getting it from your closer as well. I think that's fantastic that they're getting that from Star. Pete Alonso, first home run off of IBP, and Tyler Wells has been seen active mentoring younger hitters as well. I'd like to see Alonso be a leader on the team. I really do. I really think that'd be good as well to have Alonso as leaders on the team as well. Non-roster depth, just mentioned that. Orioles invited 5 additional catchers to camp. Sam Huff and speed fence, especially Maverick Hanley, to compete for a possible third catcher spot. A lot of y'all I know like Maverick Hanley. I think I like his style. I mean, I definitely like his defense and all that as well. I mean, he didn't hit at all last year. They brought them more catches, and I think this maybe more than this article is saying, than this part is saying here as well, because obviously you pitchers and catchers report. So during spring training, you're going to need more catches than you do during the regular season. So that's Maverick Henley being the third catcher. I do think it is very possible that you carry 3 catchers. I don't know, because Basayo, it'll be interesting. You're going to have Reshman, you're going to have Basayo. So are you going to carry another catcher because you're going to be playing Basayo as DH, etc. So do you have to carry another catcher? We'll see. As well, October 21st and October 20th, Friday, the first spring game. It is going to be on Masson, the first spring game. So definitely we're going to go ahead and check that out. First spring game on Masson. Masson is going to have 20 Oriole games this year. All right.
No.
Thank you very much,
no.
Raven fans, Oriole fans. Thank you for your comment from the section here as well. Thank you, all of you, for joining us here. Like and subscribe to all of our social media content. Thank you, and y'all have a great rest of the evening.
That's not what